supporting students with functional diversities in digital environments. Hello everyone, I'm Tiberio Feliz. I'm an associate professor at the Faculty of Education in the Spanish National Distance University at Madrid in the Department of Didactics, School Organization, and Special Didactics. I was director of UNIDIS, the Center to Support People with Disabilities at our university, for 7 years, and my teaching and research are focused on distance education, specifically about methodologies, didactics, inclusion, and curricular adjustments. So first, I'm going to explain some concepts and ideas to describe how we support students with functional disabilities, and after I've clarified what's their situation at our university, I'll give some examples of how we do it, and I'll also cover the procedures we use. Now, to begin with, I'll introduce you to some of the concepts we use, such as functional diversity. It means the differences between people regarding their functions, their activities, their abilities, their capacities. So when we talk about functional diversity, one of the main groups we focus on is people with disabilities, that is, people who have physical or mental conditions that limit them in their movement or in their activities, for instance in learning, especially when we speak about learning in digital environments. However, not all our activities take place in digital environments. We also perform many activities in in-person situations, and we do it to ensure inclusion. This means that we must make sure that people can access every type of activity just like everyone else. For instance, sometimes we must make adjustments in learning. An adjustment is an adaptation. We implement them in resources, in environments, in tasks, sometimes in processes, for example, in assessment. Most of them are done by the teaching team. In most of our programs, there is usually not just one teacher, but a group of them. That is, a team of teachers responsible for preparing the resources, creating the guide, and supporting people among other tasks. One of the main tasks we have is the assessment. We have two kinds of assessment, continuous and final. This final assessment is usually an exam. We normally have a written exam. To facilitate learning, the teaching team prepares the material, usually a book. However, we also use or prepare other kinds of resources. Finally, these must be accessible. It is highly important to ensure accessibility, because if there is no accessibility, there is no inclusion. It is a condition to have inclusion. When we talk about students with functional diversity, we aren't just talking about people with disabilities. That's the main group. But we're also talking about individuals with diseases. They may have had an accident, and they may also have some kind of disability for a while. So people with mental health problems, or maybe also with a lack of soft skills. That's someone who doesn't know how to use or how to learn with the tools that we give them. Here are some facts about people with disabilities at our university. We have more than 8,000 enrolled students with disabilities. This means that 40% of the university students with disabilities in our country are enrolled at the Spanish National Distance University, and this represents 5.5% of our enrollment. Approximately 1,400 students usually request adjustments. However, not all requests are granted. Only 1,103 requests are granted, which means that we need a significant amount of resources and a very solid technical team to provide support for these requests. Now, let me give you some information about our university. We're very young, 53 years old. However, in our life, we were the first university in Spain to offer free enrollment to students with disabilities in 1995. In 2000, we were the first university to offer a reservation quota for master's degrees and teachers' contracts. In 2005, the Disability and Volunteering Department was created. In 2008, the Center for University Students with Disabilities, UNIDIS, was established. In 2017, a reservation quota was introduced for access to teaching. In 2022, a reservation quota was established for master's degrees. In 2022, we had a very important institutional statement to provide orientations for the inclusion of our students. The last action related to people with disabilities is the creation of the unit in charge of accessibility 2023. However, in this list of actions, perhaps the main one is the creation of the Center for University Students with Disabilities, UNIDIS. I had the privilege of serving as the director for 7 years of this center, which performs a variety of functions, including student mediation, awareness raising and training actions to improve accessibility, volunteer network coordination, improving employability, document resource management, and publications. Our working framework is based on 3 ideas. First, we believe it's important to focus on people's capabilities rather than disabilities. We should know what they can do, not what they can't do. Second, we also think it's important to consider the conditions and requirements, especially since we're at a university. It's highly important to take into account the conditions of the subject, the teachers, and the degree they're studying. Finally, we acknowledge the importance of considering the context, recognizing that activities, ideas, and concepts may vary according to the faculty or the context in which individuals reside. Here are some examples of how we support students with functional diversities. A key aspect of support involves teachers. They play a crucial role by providing scaffolding, guidance, encouragement, and practical tips to help students succeed. Sometimes individuals require a different environment, such as a separate room, because they may find it challenging to share space with others. In other cases, they might simply need an alternative seat or chair within the same room. Providing computer support is essential. This includes offering specialized software or assisting with technical issues related to online tools and our digital services. Sometimes we also need to make adjustments in exams. For example, some people find it challenging or unable to perform equally well on written exams. In these cases, we provide multiple choice questions instead of open-ended ones to better accommodate their needs. In addition, we also offer technical aids such as glasses, magnifying lenses, line guides, or specialized software to support individuals' needs. Sometimes people require adapted books, such as spiral-bound versions, to accommodate motor difficulties. Although most of our materials are digital, we occasionally still use paper books. In such cases, we need to digitize them, for example, to make them accessible for blind individuals. We also make adjustments when grading exams, especially for students with dyslexia. Teachers need to know that these students may have difficulty reading accurately or writing correctly. We provide adapted furniture, primarily specialized chairs and tables, to support individual needs. Some people require enlarged text. In these cases, we provide materials with a larger font size to ensure readability. Additional time is sometimes needed due to cognitive differences or motor challenges, such as difficulty with writing or hand movement. This may involve extending the duration of exams. Alternatively, when granting extra time, we may adjust the number of questions or reduce the amount of writing required in answers. We provide one-on-one support through teachers or volunteers who assist with tasks such as reading or writing. Sometimes we allow students to record their answers if they cannot write. We provide materials and exams in Braille to ensure accessibility for blind individuals. We also offer sign language interpreters to facilitate participation in various activities, including tutorials, exams, and other events. After reviewing all these examples, we can see three main responsibilities. Some actions are the responsibility of teachers related to learning and teaching. Others are the responsibility of centers because they are related to space, means, timing, and people. Some others are provided directly by UNIDIS, the Center to Support People with Disabilities at our university. The process for receiving students with disabilities at university begins with enrollment, where students indicate their specific needs and request necessary support and adjustments. This is followed by a diagnosis to assess their challenges and determine the required support. Based on this assessment, a decision is made regarding the appropriate adjustments and resources. A tailored support plan is then designed, detailing the necessary accommodations which are produced or adapted accordingly, such as digital materials or specialized software. These resources are distributed to the students, ensuring they have the tools needed for full participation. The support measures are implemented throughout the student's educational experience, including during lectures and exams. Finally, the effectiveness of these measures is evaluated by gathering feedback from students, teachers, and academic centers to ensure the accommodations effectively meet the students' needs, with adjustments made as required. In conclusion, our work to promote the inclusion of people with disabilities in universities highlights several key points. First, universities must genuinely commit to inclusion and make it a central part of their mission. Second, while a universal design is valuable, personalized adjustments and support are essential due to the diversity of in-person activities and varied spaces on campus. Third, enhancing accessibility and advancing digitalization is crucial to ensuring equal opportunities. Fourth, supporting and empowering volunteers who assist others plays a vital role in the inclusion process. Fifth, improving and guaranteeing the employability of people with disabilities is a priority. Sixth, all these actions are reinforced through continuous training and awareness raising to foster understanding and a genuine desire to include everyone. Finally, the most effective way to ensure inclusion is by advancing on a universal design. By creating accessible resources from the start, whether books, websites, or activities, we open up many more opportunities. It is essential to prioritize accessibility from the beginning to ensure that every resource is inclusive. We recognize that diversity is broad, and we cannot always anticipate all the challenges and needs that individuals may face. As a result, it is essential to make adjustments, offer personalized support, and continuously improve our universal design to accommodate everyone. Thank you for your attention.